Why do people grow apart in their relationships? Many friendships, marriages, and family relationships fall apart because of certain behaviors. No one wants to lose their spouse, friend, child, or a family member. But it happens because certain behaviors are unacceptable. In this video, I will take you through 10 behaviors that destroy relationships. These behaviors can take the life, the joy, and the love out of a person. So make sure you watch until the end so you don't miss anything. Hi everyone! Welcome to Taking Steps with Marian. I hope you are good. If you are not, come on, smile. The best is yet to come. Before I start, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers and viewers. I really appreciate your support. Keep supporting, okay? What are the behaviors that destroy relationships the most? Behavior number 1 is contempt. Contempt is a form of emotional abuse. It is when a person undermines, disrespects, belittles, or disregards someone. When a person keeps undermining or belittling you, it can reduce you to nothingness. And after a while, it can make you feel irrelevant or worthless. No one wants to be in a relationship with someone who constantly undermines or belittles them. Each one of us has something to offer, So it is not right to belittle or undermine anyone, especially your loved ones. We are all different with unique skills and abilities. Contempt kills many relationships. It's like cancer. It might not take you down immediately, but over time, the strain eats away at any healthy aspects of a person's body, leaving nothing worth saving. So beware of contempt. Another behavior that destroys relationships is microaggressions. Microaggression is another form of emotional abuse. It is when a person directly or indirectly insults others or bicker about everything they do. Bickering is when a person negatively criticizes, argues, nags, or quarrels about little things. Constant negative criticisms can destroy any kind of relationship. Truth is, we all have the tendency to criticize, argue, or quarrel when we are angry or when things are not going the way we want. However, it's important to pause and think before doing or saying something that might have a negative impact on someone. You may say, "How do I deal with my anger?" A video about this is coming soon, so look out for it. Note that microaggressions can be unintentional. Some people bicker or negatively criticize without knowing they are doing it. However, it's important to be aware of this because the undermining of a person in a relationship starts with microaggressions. Many relationships fall apart because of bickering and constant negative criticisms. Another behavior that destroys relationships is possessiveness. Possessive people like to control others by telling them what to do, whom to talk to, whom to be friends with, and where to go. Possessive people are clingy. They get their confidence and validation by controlling others. For example, if a possessive person gets married, they will spy on their partner and will rely on them for all their needs. A possessive friend would want to have you to themselves all the time, and they get angry or jealous when you spend time with other friends. This can be hard on a person because we are social beings. We need different relationships to survive. It's important to note that possessiveness often stems from fear and uncertainty. So if you are possessive, Ask yourself, what am I afraid of or uncertain about? And deal with those uncertainties and fears. Being possessive is not a good behavior. It can make you lose great relationships. Another behavior that destroys relationships is dishonesty. To have a solid relationship with someone, honesty is required, because without honesty, trust cannot be built. If a person lies and lies and lies in a relationship, it pushes the person they are lying to away. Lying is a selfish trait. When a person lies, it means they don't want to take responsibility for their actions. Lying becomes their source of escape. No one wants to be lied to. That is why dishonesty is a behavior that destroys relationships. This brings me to the next behavior, distrust. Distrust can destroy good relationships, especially in relationships where a person has done nothing wrong to deserve distrust. There are people who have inherent distrust because they have gone through unkept promises and lies in different relationships, and that has created doubts which have grown into uncertainty and suspicion. So when they are in a relationship, they distrust by default. It's important not to distrust if there is no cause for it. Having a healthy and long-lasting relationship requires trust. Another behavior that destroys relationships is selfishness. We all have the tendency to be selfish, and that is okay, because sometimes we need to focus on ourselves. However, being selfish most of the time in a relationship can make a person lose that relationship at some point. Selfish people lack consideration for others. They think only about themselves and they have an entitlement mentality. It's either they are manipulating or exploiting to get what they want, or expect things from others but give little or nothing in return. Selfish people don't understand that for a relationship to last or work, positive compromise is required. Positive compromise means working together as a team when something has to be achieved by reaching an agreement in the best interest of everyone involved. If you want your relationship to last, positive compromise is key. Another set of behaviors that destroy relationships is ego and pride. We all have ego and pride. It's part of human nature. However, if we don't manage our ego and pride properly, it can cause problems in any kind of relationship. Ego and pride can be dealt with when disagreements or conflicts are not seen as a zero-sum game. A zero-sum game means I win, you lose, or you win, I lose. When differences in opinions or disagreements are about winning, it can lead to conflict. Differences in opinions and disagreements should not be about who wins. It should be about finding solutions that work. Zero-sum games can destroy relationships. Don't let your ego or pride get in the way of addressing issues in your relationships. Another behavior that destroys relationships is neglect. Neglect is when you take each other for granted. All relationships need attention and affection, especially in marriage and in family relationships. For example, when a partner is neglectful of their significant other, the other person at some point will solely rely on themselves for emotional support. And as time goes on, they may seek emotional connections with other people. This can ultimately lead to emotional or physical affairs out of the need for security and encouragement. Neglect in friendship is a complicated topic, However, this is my advice. If you feel a friend is neglecting you, think about the commitments they have. Are they married? Do they have kids? Do they work? And do they have other friends? As a friend, you need to understand that your friend has other commitments and he or she has to balance it all out. If you know your friend is balancing it all out and trying to be there for you when they can, then they are not neglecting you. It can be difficult to have time for all your friends every 3 days or every week if you have a family and work commitments. So if you can visit your friends once a month or talk to them once a week, tell them so they don't feel neglected. Another behavior that destroys relationships is disrespect. Disrespect can come in different forms. Disrespectful communication, disrespecting boundaries, not keeping to your word, being rude, assumptions, or stonewalling. All these are disrespectful behaviors that can destroy any relationship. In my experience counseling couples and families, I discovered that disrespectful communication is the source of dysfunction and problems in many relationships. How do you know a person is rude? You know because of how they communicate with you. How do you know a person is disrespecting your boundaries? You know from what they say or do, even after you've told them that a particular behavior is unacceptable. How people experience each other is based on what they say and how they say it to each other. Disrespecting boundaries, not keeping to your word, or being rude are all connected to how a person communicates. Respectful communication is the ability to say your views politely, voice out your thoughts respectfully, and fully listen to the views of others without assumptions. To have a good relationship with someone, respectful communication is a must. Another behavior that destroys relationships is envy. Envy is feeling annoyance or disapproval or hatred for someone else's talent, integrity, personality, looks, money, or happiness. People ask me this question a lot. If something about someone triggers envy in me, does this mean I'm envious of that person? The answer is no. You are not envious yet. The trigger is trying to inform you that something in your life is missing and you have to figure out what it is and work on it. However, if you feel continual resentment, unhappiness, dislike, or hate towards someone because of their happiness or achievements, you are envious of that person. Word of advice: we all come from unique backgrounds. So there is no way we can all be at the same level. We don't start off the same in life. Some people are born into families that have things set up or prepared for them. Others are not. Even siblings from the same womb have unique talents and personalities. Because of these reasons, it's not good to envy others. Instead of being envious, look up to the people who trigger envy in you. The person who triggers envy in you should be an inspiration and not a threat. Remember this: we are all striving to be better. So don't put too much pressure on yourself if you fall short in any of these behaviors. All you can do is pick up the pieces and do better. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so already. And if you are new to my channel, consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you don't miss any of my videos. Comment down below to share your thoughts on this topic. I would love to hear from you.